Yeah, my dad enjoyed his 5 minutes in the sunshine.
What? Yeah. What are you doing with your hair now? So maybe you had that last time I saw you had like a very high fringe.
Did I?
Just take your hat off.
He's changed
it well.
Oh, it's
Not washed
swept
it.
back. Yeah, it's
But
good.
it's
Much better.
basically what's happening with it is I'm going a bit bald, so it's
No,
like
you're
a
not.
modern day.
No.
It's going thin
Oh, it's a
through
bit.
there.
Yeah. How old are you?
40.
Oh, you're fine.
I've done all right,
You're fine.
and I've got a girlfriend, so I'm
Oh,
okay.
well, you're laughing.
You know what I mean? What are you doing with your hair?
That's all you need hair for. To attract a mate.
Yeah.
And you can shave it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably is evolutionary.
Well, I actually want it to go a bit more, so I get like weird acting roles as like a sort of murderer.
Mick Miller.
kind of stuff.
You could play Mick
could,
Miller
yeah.
in the Mick Miller story.
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd love to do that. Who's doing that?
You are.
Who's
I
making
think
that?
Paramount are Paramount Plus.
Right, are you ready? Okie dokie.
Ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Ready?
Ready already.
Are you ready?
You said that was some determination.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Got a Problem, Mate, Gapham.
That's right.
Very special episode. Meant to be number 100,
Don't start.
but
I'm in
it's...
so much hot water.
But
already
now
over
it's...
this.
What is this, 103 or 2?
102.
102.
No one's counting, guys.
No one cares.
You're the only guys counting.
But for anybody who's
It's like people at home marking this off on a sheet. Oh, what was it? Is it? Oh, it's 100. No one's.
well, when I started stand up, I kept the number of gigs that I've
For
done
how
for
long?
quite a long time. I got over 100.
Did you?
Yeah.
Before
I
you got a
remember-
booking.
Because I remember that because I used to be really surreal before I gave all that up.
Oh, you giving that up?
I gave all that
He's
up because
totally
one of my
different.
heroes let me down last week on the
No, what did you,
and basically
you don't do the bit with the toilet seat then?
no. Did I ever do?
Well, the last time I think the only time I've ever
pizza
met you.
boxes, no?
was
Oh,
a pi-
I know what you think that was. It was space helmets, but it looked like a toilet seat.
It
Should
was
have
a
used a toilet seat.
It was a toilet.
It was foam board, which I'm sure you've used a lot for making props because it's amazing for making props.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think this is something you tried out that maybe you didn't use again.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure it was a bona fide toilet seat.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's ever dressed this smart for our podcast.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
I did for the 100th episode. I wore a suit.
Did you? But you didn't have cufflinks.
So
What are your cufflinks?
hang on, wait, no, do that.
Oh,
right,
sorry.
They're
just because we've got a big guest,
Oh,
right?
it's exciting.
there's
They
no-
are odd.
This is. I feel this. You're building me up too much,
No,
guys.
but there's
It's not 2007.
no. If it was, you 100% wouldn't be on it.
I wouldn't be here.
You're too busy.
Neither would you.
But we might have some new eyes on the product today, so let's do it properly with the
Right,
intros
okay,
and everything.
okay.
Hello, everyone. My name's Joey Page. I'm one of the hosts. This is Bilal.
Hello, everybody.
one.
I'm the other one.
And on today's show,
Good use of the cameras, though.
we've got a very special guest.
Yeah.
And we've both written an intro for you, and we'd like you to guess which one is the best.
Guess
Okay.
which
No,
one.
decide.
Decides, don't guess.
Yeah, don't guess.
Oh, this is a disaster.
On today's show, I'm so giddy about this because our guest today, he won the best newcomer at the Edinburgh Fringe in 1992, and it actually meant something, and it was still called the Perrier, and he actually won it, not like you.
Right.
just
Mine was the
nominated.
lastminute.com.
Not only did I win it, sorry to interrupt this, I mean, it's going really well so far, is that it was invented for me.
For you.
Was that the first year of it?
Wow.
They saw this young comedian, glasses, a shock of blonde hair, mousy brown hair, who was trying really hard, and they thought we need to reward this endeavour.
Yeah.
And so they, because what happened was, so it was the Perrier. It was like the Perrier Award, and up for it that year was Steve Coogan won it.
Yeah.
I think it was like Frank Skinner, and I don't know, all those kind of. It was a really. I think
Where
Joe
are these
Brand,
guys now?
Yeah. They've all got podcasts, and so they said my then agent, boo, phoned me, said to me, "Oh yeah, they want you to go to the." It's a good impression, actually, if you know him, yeah. They want you to go to the Perrier party because...
It's Mick Jagger, right?
They want you to go to the Perrier party. It might be something of of interest to you. And it was just couched as that. Might be something of interest. Thinking, what? Like what? So I went along. I mean, because there wasn't an award. And they give Steve Coogan his award, and they said, "Oh, and there's also this.
We've got this new one." And
so it's fantastic because there's no worry. Like you when you put up,
I felt awful.
Yeah. You feel like suddenly you're a winner, and then you're a loser.
Literally,
I always feel awful the week before because I know I'm not getting anything.
Right.
You know that when you're getting on the train up there.
Yeah.
With your toilet seat.
Yeah, and so, and back in those days,
I don't mean that, Joey.
hang on. I'll finish.
I'm
my
a big
intro
fan
first,
of your old act.
question. Yeah, well, you should
Well,
see
it's
the new
dead.
one. I've sold out without making any money.
Has it gone up a step?
Yeah.
I'm professional.
He's
now.
mainstream now.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-minute long bit about ordering a coffee in a coffee
There you
shop.
go. Topical.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. You can have it if you want. But basically, you are one of, I've told you this before,
I know.
but one of the reasons I became a stand-up comedian, and it was because of your impact that you had on me when you was on the Lee Hurst Saturday night show where you get 5 minutes every week. Which is such a rare thing, right?
I don't know the Lee Hurst Saturday night show.
5 minutes, and it was...
It wasn't called that.
No, but I don't know what it was called.
They think it's all over.
It was called Saturday Live.
Saturday Live with Lee Hurst.
They've decided to bring back Saturday Live. You know, Saturday Live was this sort of groundbreaking, Ben Elton and all that.
Right. Yeah.
The alternative comedy thing. And then they decided, ITV decided to bring it back. And they got Lee Hurst to host it.
Mm-hmm. And who are they getting to do it now? Stephen Mulhern.
Well, it's an interesting point. It tells you a lot about ITV, doesn't it? They don't really do those sort of
There's nothing now.
No.
shows.
Yeah.
And they never did much, but the thing was that the brilliant thing about it was live. So
right.
it was live, Saturday Live, and it was live.
Yeah.
So Lee Hurst could sort of say whatever he wanted.
Imagine if they did that now. They would never. Nobody would do that now, apart from if you did it on YouTube yourself. No one would watch it.
Well, you might have more people watching it. Yeah.
But those 5 minutes made me go, oh, this is what stand-up comedy can be. That isn't like boring, and so like that really got me interested in it.
It was good for me. I mean, it turned me around.
Yeah, right.
You know what? They asked me to do that show, and I thought, oh no, it won't be. Oh, I can't imagine. It'd just be trouble. And I knew Lee, and I know Lee, and he's a brilliant stand-up, particularly at that time. I haven't seen him for years. His act, and
He's
gone very surreal. He's got toilet seats, and he's gone the other way. Yeah.
But he was like, quite. He's got a side that is a bit. He's sort of slightly trouble. He won't do anything that he doesn't want to do, basically.
Yeah, right.
And I thought, I can't see that working.
Yeah. But he doesn't need to after
no.
he invented golden balls. I know it's Jasper Carrot. Similar in my mind.
Well, he bought that club.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He bought the club, sold the club.
Yeah.
On the condition that they build him another one in the basement. Is this interesting? It's not very interesting.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, I said no to this thing. I kept saying no. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then
a bit like this podcast.
Yeah. I'm not doing it. In fact, I'm going to cancel it. And I'm at Doncaster Dome on tour, right? Which seats something like 800 people.
Yeah.
And
so you say it turned you around. That's already pretty good.
No. But then. How many? So I said to the agent, how many have I sold? And he said about 100.
Right.
Right. In fact, it was 85. We're in. Okay, in an 800. He said, we'll put some black curtains in, and it'll look full. All this stuff. Yeah. And then I get there. In fact, it was 65 because the other 20 worked there.
Right.
And they left in the first 20 minutes.
Right. And then you were like...
The door's going. And so next day I said, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And after that, it was sort of,
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem.
No.
Big problem selling tickets like I had.
Yeah. And then obviously everybody knows all the things you've done, but it's such an amazing thing.
Anyone over 25, I think.
Yeah, but that's good. Because that's who goes to comedy. Nobody... I had an 18-year-old in the audience last night. You talk to him, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know about Challenge Annika.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in talking to these people.
No.
If you're
But you
under
should-
25 and you're listening or watching this, you're very much not welcome here.
You should
no, we don't.
hand out a worksheet maybe beforehand. Leave it on the seats. This is some of the stuff you're going to need to know to enjoy this show.
But then it's like, obviously from that, you went on, you had your program on Channel 4 that I really loved. Then TV Burp was on for years and years and years.
Why are you telling me
everybody-
this?
No, I'm doing this.
I don't know
I'm
what
still
this
doing
is.
the intro.
This
Oh,
is your
the
intro.
intro.
Yeah, I'm still doing the intro.
Oh, right,
we haven't
right.
even finished that.
No.
And yeah, just a massive. You've made like a massive mark on my sense of humour and the things
Thank you
that
very
I
much, Joey. This means
want
a
to
lot.
achieve as a
I'm
comedian.
not going to do all this. Don't worry.
And so it's a pleasure to welcome to the
Imagine.
show, Harry Hill. See, I've done. There we go. That's the intro.
You're the
Beat-
reason
beat
that I
that,
got
scumbag.
into comedy.
No, I said one of.
One of.
What's the other reason?
Watch this for an intro. On today's episode of Gap 'em Everybody, a man who needs no introduction.
This is good. See, this is great. This is natural. This is a natural TV comedian because he works the cameras like this. You can't learn this sort of
You can't.
stuff.
He keeps on trying to do his intros like he's doing the one show.
I'm trying to be on the one show.
You could be. I can see that.
That's what I'm going
Yeah,
for.
maybe lose the beard. I don't know.
Do you think they don't?
Oh, you'd look so weird without a
I'd
beard.
look weird.
I've
I'd
never
look.
seen you
Basically,
without
you see how you see that I eat a lot of cakes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I shave the beard,
Yeah.
this comes out.
They need. They like fresh face there.
Yeah. You have had a beard.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I had a big, big black beard.
Did you?
Yeah. After TV Burp. Yeah, I grew this big black beard. It's for a part. I played Professor Brainstorm. It was a kids thing. The only acting I've ever done, really. But it had to be a beard like this. Like I look like Michael Eavis, with the
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, and I look really weird. I look like a sort of Michael Eavis imam, white imam.
Yeah.
If you can say that, if we're allowed to say it. But anyway, I went to.
I think you're allowed.
Yeah. You can say
I'm the only white imam. So I went to. I'm sure there are lots of. Anyway, I went to. I had this meeting, like a proper meeting about a musical I was trying to get off the ground with my friend Steve, right? So I had the makeup lady on the show make me a moustache to match the beard, so I could stick it in and just look like I had a beard, rather than looking. I go to the meeting, we're chatting about this project, and then it fell off, right? And Steve, my friend Steve says, yeah, sometimes he wears a false moustache.
But they must have just thought you were doing a bit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's Harry Hill.
Yeah, it's Harry
Get away
Hill's
with
what it is.
murder.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get away with murder?
How do you know I haven't?
Oh, this is good.
This is good podcasting.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Should I do that?
before we start the episode, and you can air your grievances with me and the beef that I've started,
Yeah, we haven't started yet.
we have to vet you to make sure that you're okay to stay on the
Okay.
podcast. Bilal's got a few
It's
questions.
a feature called Vet the Guest.
Oh, okay.
6
Sort of like a
questions.
Is there a
personality-
jingle? Vet
No,
the
we don't
guest.
do jingles. We leave that to you on your podcast.
Vet the guest.
Oh, that's good.
Especially with the crunch in the middle. Vet the guest. Crunch.
How is the pastry?
It's
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not
You're
part
being
of Vet the
rude.
Guest.
Why are you not eating yours?
I'll eat mine. Have you eaten your... Oh, you are. You've got crumbs all
Got
over your
crumbs on my
laptop.
laptop, yeah.
6 questions. Please answer honestly, because Joey can tell he did a course in
Did you?
lying.
Yeah.
Question 1. What's the best biscuit these days?
Well, I don't think it's changed. Why these days? I don't think it's changed.
These days, they're always coming out with biscuits.
They're not, though. Are they? I noticed actually McVitie's started doing like a speciality.
Well, there you go.
But they're short lines and they're not going to last. I tell them that now.
Yeah.
Custard cream, I'd say, was the best biscuit.
Yeah. Do you like chocolate bourbons?
I don't know because they're more cocoa-y than chocolatey, I'd say.
Okay. Question number 2. When crossing a road, does one wait for the green man?
No,
Never.
and no, unless you were kids, impressionable kids, older kids, it's fine once they've learnt the ground rules.
Okay.
I like to disobey the green man when someone else is with kids because it makes their life a lot harder to explain why.
But
that
he's
man's-
walked across, mummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Run
that guy.
across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you time it and get winged. You get winged by a van. That's really good for the kids. You know
They understand.
It's only relatively recently I worked out that by pressing the button on the, doesn't affect the how quickly the green man comes up. You're looking shocked.
Is that true?
Of course not. It's the traffic lights. It's just traffic lights. A pelican crossing, maybe, right? So if it's a crossing on a road.
So why is it there? To just keep
Because-
the order.
It's because it's you feel as if you're
In control.
In control.
Yeah.
Mind control.
What?
Guys.
How else are they lying to us?
Flat Earth.
Plastic straws.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Bring back
The better one,
the other
I
ones.
would argue, is it obligatory to say thank you when you're walking across a zebra crossing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I do a little.
As a
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't
How do you
cost
do it?
anything.
Show us your
I
thank you.
go.
and then they go,
I don't do anything flamboyant.
yeah.
Just
Do you stand and face the car and do it?
And then they go, is that Harry Hill? And then they go, no, he's got a moustache. And then it
Yeah.
falls off and they go, it's him.
yeah, because people used to do that. I think people do it less.
Yeah. Do you know what
Yeah.
else people do less?
What?
This isn't that kind of podcast, but whistling.
No one whistles.
No
I
one
was gonna
whistles.
say
Someone was
saying-
whistling in front of me the other day and I was like, this is nice.
No one says thank you to a bus driver when
I
they get
do.
off.
I do.
People used
But I
to.
don't really get buses.
Everyone used to always go thank you and get off. Nobody now.
No.
Society.
We've lost so many of our traditions, haven't we, in this country? And we were promised that these would come back
Yeah.
with the advent of Brexit.
That's why
Whistling. You bring back whistling.
But it's good because I was never very good at whistling, so I'm quite glad it's gone. But
Well, the thing is, you have to do it a lot to get good. You know, you can't just expect to walk straight into the...
my dad used to whistle a lot and he's even stopped. And that's when you know there's a problem.
Yeah. And then when he gets older, he'll start whistling again, but it won't be deliberate. It'll be his teeth.
Question number 3. Question number 3. What's the best temperature?
Oh, yeah, good one. Well, for the central heating,
Whatever you want.
I'd say about 19.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
happy
what
with
you go
19, but often you have to put it up to 21 for it to get to 19.
Oh yeah.
Got a hive?
No,
No. Okay.
no. We had this, I mean, since you asked, we had this underfloor heating put in.
Oh, it's expensive, eh?
Against our will.
Oh.
It's the plumber. No, it'd be great, yeah. No. It's underfloor heating. You can operate it. You've got a heat
So I'm a
miser.
plumber. Sounds like me.
Yeah, Joey Page. He goes, heat miser.
Oh, right.
It's called it.
Yeah.
It's an app. You know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. He said, you're out about, you're getting home, you just get on the heat miser. I think where, you know, what you're driving and you're operating the underfloor heating at the same time. Anyway, yeah, you get it. You can sit, so when you get home, it's nice and toasty, all that, right?
Yeah.
You got 12 different zones in the house, all got a.
Well, that tells us a lot about Harry Hill's home life.
Yeah, no, but
12
the
zones.
There's 2 zones in one room, right? And each
6
zone
zones.
has got its own thermostat, and each thermostat has 4 AAA batteries.
Oh
that's a
no.
lot.
So you're
batteries.
constantly going round. You have to go down and get the batteries from Tesco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big packs, great big packs of them. And
Yeah.
people are looking at you like, what are you doing, building a bomb or something? And so we couldn't, you know, it's very difficult to disconnect it. And to this day, it's got a mind of its own.
But also very expensive underfloor heating.
That I don't know.
No, it is. Yeah.
Is it?
It was in my girlfriend.
Not to
was
run,
living
though.
in a studio flat.
That's
And
that's
her heating
the
bill was
that's
really
electric.
high. Oh, is it? Okay.
If you have the hot water one's different, yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Or if you put it in upside down, then you're heating the earth underneath
yeah.
the house rather than the. Sometimes
Yeah,
that
it's
happens.
moving the tectonic plates a bit and causing all sorts of. She's to blame for global warming, I think.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
Question number 4. What's your soup of the day?
Yeah. Well, as you get older, you do have more interest in soup. It's true. And, you know, that's why, you know, these stop oil guys that go around throwing soup at Bangkok, they know that is a button push for us older people because we like soup. Right? We like post-impressionist paintings
You like
and we don't want to see one spoiled by the other, right? So
That's gone down the wrong hole.
chicken soup, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Fresh chicken soup.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good answer.
You know,
Do you,
that's very good.
let's just explore this idea slightly.
Yeah.
So you're younger than me.
Yeah.
How much interest do you have in soup?
Not that much currently.
No.
I'd like to make it. I'd like to start making it.
I'm never interested in soup, but I've now slightly gotten into pho, which is a soup.
Oh, that's nice though.
What is
I'm
it?
in my 40s, like
Pho. Isn't
Pho.
it pho?
Like
When
ramen
you say
soup.
pho. Like
Oh, right.
ramen. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah, as you get older, you get more interested in soup. You get more interested in cheese. And there's another one, small birds.
Oh, yeah?
It's apparently a thing. Older guys.
Do you have the
But
app
is it-
where you can record the bird song and it tells you what bird it is?
No, they don't.
Good app.
What are you doing with that?
I got it for my dad. He likes it.
Okay.
Question 5. If you could read to one animal, which one would it be and also why?
To an animal. Read, like a bedtime,
Sure.
what, bedtime story or a instruction manual for a
Newspaper?
VCR. Yeah, well, what are the animals that are interested in current affairs? Hamsters? I don't know. Do I have to answer that question?
Yeah.
The thing is, I've got animals at home, and they're
What have you got?
2 dogs.
Okay, lovely.
But they wouldn't.
They wouldn't be interested. No.
Do they like the under?
They didn't even like watching the news on TV. They're not going to want to be listening to me reading a newspaper.
Final question. If you were a career criminal, what would be your thing?
Yeah, that is good. I always used to say, when I used to be on tour with the guys, so I'd have, I used to have a keyboard player and a drummer, and I'd say, why don't we rob a petrol station? Because I'm thinking there's nothing to link us
To this area.
Obviously, you'd have to do something about the number plates, or or maybe we park up the road.
Yeah.
Haven't worked it out completely. We've lifted Prince. Are they going to be yours? No comment. And also, I'm thinking, even if we got caught, first offence, we're in our 40s, 50s, whatever. What's that? You're not even going to go to prison. This is when there was cash in.
Yeah, there's no cash now.
You're not going to go to prison.
I don't think you'd go to prison. First offence,
It'd be
robbing a petrol
community
station.
service.
Probably not even that. Suspended sentence.
But
wear a tag maybe for a week.
So can you do anything if it's first offence?
Yeah. Apart from murder.
Apart from
they're pretty
murder.
hard on that still.
Yeah, sexual assault.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what you've got in mind.
Yeah, what have you got in mind?
you might accidentally kill the petrol shop.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to do it so it's not violent.
Just menacing.
With menaces.
Yeah.
HarryHill, thank you for taking part in Vet the Guest. You scored 7,300. That's incredibly high.
Yep.
You can now stay
On the podcast.
and you can speak to Joey Page.
Yeah. Which, that wasn't a given, by the way, that you would stay, because we've had some other people on and we haven't put the episodes out. Harry Styles, Harry Redknapp. A few, so.
Harry. That's
Connick
all the
Jr.?
Harrys. Who's that?
No, you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you for the pastry.
Yeah. They're the best
I've got you
pastries
another
anyone's ever
present.
What?
Because I had to cancel. I bought you a Swiss Army stick each. I don't know. So I make these, and they are embossed with the. I don't know. That's the classic.
Okay.
I mean that
And
you
what
could use for pointing.
what are these?
Swiss
Harry
Army
Hill's
sticks.
Swiss Army stick.
But
But
what-
like a Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
It's a stick, it does everything.
Thank you so
As
much.
used by the
Thank
Swiss
you.
Army.
I'm going to put this on my shelf of stuff.
Yeah, this
I'm not even joking. I've
This
got
is
like.
going above my
do you
TV.
have?
It's my unit. It's going on the unit.
It's going on the unit.
Yeah.
Do you have like?
Thank you.
Do you have a place where you keep important stuff like awards or sentimental whatever?
No.
Not at all.
Well, I mean, I've got like an office. But I've got some awards in the. I've got 3 BAFTAs basically, and in the space of 2 years, so it wasn't like got nominated a lot, and then so I got them, but then the rest of them I've got in a storage box in the loft because they're very intimidating.
Right.
You look at those. I don't know if you follow Ricky Gervais, the comedian.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's got like a massive, great cabinet
Of course.
Of awards.
Yeah.
And I just think, well, not really.
Well, you got to live in the present.
Hmm.
You can't keep thinking about how good you was in the past.
Yeah,
It weighs you
exactly.
down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't had.
Do I keep going on about the time I was on Nevermind the Buzzcocks about 15 years ago? No.
You mentioned it.
Right, okay.
Were you in the lineup or were you on the?
I was also on the Christmas special, Harry. I did too. And then never been on TV since. I don't know what happened.
I was supposed to be on Julian Cleary's Channel 5's best Christmas adverts with Julian Cleary, and I kept the day free, and then they said, actually, we don't need him.
Don't need you.
After I kept the day free.
Basically, they were just like with 8 out of 10 Cats. If Harry wasn't going to be available, you were going to be in.
Yeah, I get close to a lot of things, and then they say, you know what, no.
HarryHill's coming instead.
Yeah.
Like his nemesis.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So, speaking of nemesis, you listened to last week's episode.
Had you done the research? Sorry, Jay.
No, I'm sorry.
Had you done the research on the adverts?
Not yet, no. Luckily, we hadn't got that far. I was like, when are they going to send me these adverts? And then on the day, they said, yeah, we don't want him. But I did do Channel 5's best British ads, where I just said, can't get better than a quick fit fitter. That was it. £300. About an hour's work.
From home?
Nah, I had to go into like this Airbnb, big house.
Did it ever go out?
Yeah. Yeah, got messages about it.
Do you think this is a sort of line of work you'd be interested in about 20 years when you're sort of winding down?
Well, I mean, I did a few of those things on the way up.
Yeah.
I suppose you do them on the way
down.
back down.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. It used to be reasonable money, those things. But now, like 300 quid, you're thinking, well, by the time you've paid your agent and your tax and your cab.
Yeah.
And they provide a cab?
They provided the cab.
Could you stay in the Airbnb overnight?
I wasn't supposed to, but...
Stowed away. Yeah.
It's quite weird because he told his girlfriend that he'd booked the Airbnb.
Wife.
So
he was at my wedding.
He got wife?
He always calls her my girlfriend.
Winds him up.
Can we talk about your tour?
If you want, yeah.
Wait, I want to just talk about last week first.
Sorry, we can't talk about your tour.
We are going to talk about the tour.
No, we can't. It's cancelled.
We are because and this is why I want to talk about last week, because at some point during this whole debacle, Harry actually very kindly offered me a couple of tickets to go and see his tour, and I don't know if that offer still stands because last week I attacked him live on the show.
I'll take the tickets.
No, you're not going.
I didn't attack
Go
him.
with my brother. It's a special moment.
I'll go with your brother.
Me and my brother went to see Harry at Fairfield Halls in Croydon, and we've not spoken since, and I'm trying to rekindle that relationship with my brother.
All right, I'm sorry.
What does your brother do?
He's like the total opposite of me. He's got like a proper job. He works for a company that like makes parts for helicopters and stuff.
Wow.
And
what parts?
Yeah.
Handles.
Propeller?
Yeah, it's the
Handles.
the walnut dash. And he's
ashtrays.
He's got a kid and
I make ashtrays for helicopters.
He's got a kid and a wife and a house and a jacuzzi and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, everything he ever dreamed of.
So we're very opposite to each other. He's sort of like, in a nice way, it sounds like I'm slagging him off, but I'm not. He's sort of like a bit like a young Alan Partridge.
I mean that. Yeah. How's that positive?
But he likes that.
Okay.
He likes that reference.
So what were you going to do?
No, just because Harry said he'd listened to last week's episode.
Yeah, so I thought this morning, apologies, I thought I'd better give it a listen. So tune in. I thought I'd just listen to the last one. And I hear this invective, a stream of abuse about my cancelling the previous, the 100th,
the marquee special, which we then had to put out as 101, because then we moved Spencer Jones to 100 and pretended that he was the intended 100th.
Oh, right.
So this is a whole. Spencer doesn't know he was the substitute.
Did Spencer turn up on that Friday that I was supposed to turn up?
He did.
At short notice like that. Amazing.
Well, it's because
he's brilliant, that guy.
He's brilliant. I'd only been to the pub with him a couple of weeks before to watch, because we're both Tottenham fans, to watch the Tottenham Arsenal game, but I took him accidentally to an Arsenal pub. So we were the only two Tottenham fans.
Does that mean anything to you?
Well, I know that's not good.
No, it wasn't good. But so we built up a rapport, and I used that to lie to him that we wanted him as our 100th guest.
Yeah.
So I was a bit stressed.
That's it.
But also,
It's one about Harry Kane.
He's gone now.
Harry Kane.
He's gone.
He
He didn't
left
make it on the podcast either. He didn't.
He
get
left.
past
He didn't get past that.
You should get Michael McIntyre on if you're such big Tottenham fans.
Yeah,
He wouldn't do this.
not unless we revolve around him the whole time that he's on the show.
I don't understand
Like
the
planets.
wheel.
Oh,
I've
it's
tried
brilliant.
watching it.
It's a brilliant format.
They go round and then they do anecdotes.
No.
Oh.
What? No. There's not much chance to do anecdotes. You just answer questions. So you'd be on. So I was on. Like you'd have they say, what subject do you want to be as your expert subject? So with me, it was like the human body because I used to be a doctor. So with you, it would. I don't know. Christ knows. But anyway, you'd go round and round, and then if it lands, I've forgotten exactly. But anyway,
Right.
it's a quiz.
Is it sort of like a fun mastermind?
Fun. It was quite good fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. The great thing about it is there's no audience. They got rid of the audience over COVID and never got them back because they just get in the way.
Oh, so they edit in the sounds.
The laughs.
Okay, yeah.
Like tipping point.
So actually, it's just like you can hear a pin drop,
Mm.
right? And it's just very, so everyone's just very relaxed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All you can hear is the of the wheel as it spins. That's not the noise of Michael McIntyre. Thinking of the
It's
next.
dolphins.
Do you
Joke.
spin?
You spin round, yeah.
What's that like?
It's fun.
Have you ever been in a revolving door, Bilal?
Yeah,
I'd
is it
imagine
like
it's a bit
that?
like that. I'd imagine. I don't know.
It's initially fun and then it starts to become really wearing because it goes on for, about 2 hours.
2 hours of spinning.
Intermittent spinning for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get on that one day.
we'll do it
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
as a double act.
we'll sit on the same chair.
So, but yeah, my main problem with last week was that I felt like I'd now become a bit of a pest to one of my favourite comedians.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
world. And I was
You're
like, oh,
whiny.
no,
I think you described yourself as a whiny bugbear.
Yeah, and that's not where I wanted to be in your life.
No,
Like,
no. But you were absolutely spot on. I was thinking, oh,
Oh
crunch.
God!
Oh, Joey.
But we've got it out of the way now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Nearly.
you
So what
don't-
were you doing instead?
Well, what it was I didn't put it in my diary. It's the truth.
Mm.
And my wife, my long-suffering wife, said we were going to go away for the weekend,
Oh,
right? And I was saying, oh yeah, so go away. What did we were booked in about 1 or something,
Yeah, I
2
can't remember.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I said, oh, maybe we could go sort of 3-ish, thinking, oh, the traffic's going to be shocking. And she said, no, that would be a waste of, no, can't do that.
Are you at liberty to tell us where you went in
Kent.
the world? Kent.
Yeah, my home county.
oh.
Wait,
Kent.
aren't you from Woking?
I was born in Woking.
Oh, right.
Well, you're a cab driver.
I looked on Wikipedia this morning.
Yeah, wasn't you born in Woking? Yeah.
So where?
I was in the hospital. Born in the hospital in Woking. That's it.
Whereabouts in Kent?
What did I grow
Yeah.
up? Staplehurst.
Oh, I'm from Bexleyheath.
Yeah. Okay.
The other end.
Yeah, the other end.
Harry,
Yeah.
did you know that you have loads of comedy specials on YouTube that
No.
people have just put on there?
What are they?
I think they're just like ripped.
I don't think you
DVD
can get
and put
my.
them on
I
there.
think my.
There's a,
Mm.
there's
I mean,
four
they're
or
all over
five.
YouTube.
Yeah, maybe I have 4. How many did I do? I did quite a few in the old days.
Got
Used to be
to do
videos,
Yeah, DVDs.
Yeah.
VHSs.
One of the comments on YouTube is, whatever he's on, I want some.
Yeah.
So what you on?
Yeah. I'm not on anything actually. I'm 60 years old.
Any
Not on any
vitamins?
tablets.
That's good.
Do you do the vitamins?
No, it's a waste
Nothing.
of time. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's coming from an
Vitamin
ex-doctor.
D. Vitamin D occasionally. They say that during the winter, don't they? Maybe
Yeah.
if you-
Stops you getting cold.
Someone said he is off his rocker, lol. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I get that a lot. I used to get that. Till I brought the world with me.
Yeah.
And, whenever I used to do Des O'Connor, Des O'Connor used to, you're too young to remember it.
I know Des O'Connor.
Yeah. So he used to, to his credit,
A
he used to
bit
get
like-
comics on, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the first time I ever saw.
A bit like Terry Wogan.
Yeah. Well, he sang, yeah. Well, yeah. And the first time I ever saw Emo Phillips, people like that, he'd get these American comics over and stuff. But he would introduce me and he'd go, oh, the next bloke, and he'd sort of roll his eyes. He goes, he's a little bit mad, he's a little bit out there, all that kind of distancing.
Yeah.
I didn't book him, it's that. So, yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
It's like when a compere goes, now this guy. If you
Takes
just
it right
go
there.
if you go with it, you're going to enjoy it, but you have to give him a chance. I used to get that a lot.
Yeah. I bet.
I remember once. Jeff
It's not for
Innocent-
everyone.
I walked into a green room and Jeff Innocent audibly just went. Oh. And I said, "Oh, hello, Jeff. Nice to see you as well." He said, "No, I don't mean to be horrible, Joey, but it just means that we're all going to have a bit of a tougher night because you've been on the bill.
Wow.
Because it could go badly."
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a bit
I mean,
much.
we're friends now.
Yeah.
But
It's true,
I,
though.
basically, what I'm trying
This
to say.
podcast is harder because he's on it.
What I'm trying to say is, I forgave him for his, being a bit mean, and that's the moral of the story that I'm trying to.
Oh, you're
impart on
trying to,
you.
yeah.
Mind.
Well, I
mind
only
work.
listened to 10. I didn't get.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad did it get?
No, it didn't.
It got ugly.
Did it?
Yeah, he was all sorts of words we had to cut out. Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we knew you were coming on. We thought it'd be funny to bleep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what that does to the numbers next week.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
I've got a genuine question. How, and I'm sure you've been asked this before, right?
For God's sake.
How do you think you would have got on if you were starting now? Because I feel
Yeah.
like surreal comedy is pretty much
Dead in the water.
gutter compared to where it was.
It's very frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, because
it's still my favourite style of comedy. But my problem with it was I
wouldn't
was
say
doing a style because I liked it, not because I was necessarily amazing. Like now, I'm much more like myself on stage,
right.
so it's
Yeah.
easier to write material.
Oh, okay.
But
So you were sort of.
I was just doing something that I loved, but not.
Right. Well, that is common, isn't it? That's how you you start off doing people that you liked, but then you hopefully you find out. I mean, when I started, I wanted to be sort of a deadpan comic. So I started off. I was like Stuart. Stuart Lee's my big influence, and Jack D. Those guys.
Oh right.
And there was like Arnold Brown and Norman Lovett and those kind of deadpan guys.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really maintain it.
Yeah.
because I wanted to move around and be silly. But it's that is, you're right. I mean, that is. I mean, I go around. I do a lot of clubs when I'm working up new material because that's the only way.
It is.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of really funny, crazy types that remind me of people that became kind of household names. And I'm thinking, and what it used to be was, if you did get that newcomer award, you get maybe a bit of TV. You get like spots on shows on Channel 4, BBC 2. You get on Des O'Connor, which is like ITV primetime. And then you'd get, if you got an actual Perrier nomination at the Edinburgh Festival, you'd get a pilot. You get a pilot for a series, and maybe you get a series. And that, if that happens at all now, they're in their 40s. Yeah, these guys, who have had to sort of. How does anyone make a living?
The
anymore?
best example is John Kearns, who won Best Newcomer, and then the next year won the award, and then he barely got given anything for doing that. You know what I mean? It's only since he's been on Taskmaster.
That is pretty out there.
Yeah. But I love him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I remember seeing him. First time I saw him, I thought he was just fantastic. Yeah. And he's done Taskmaster. That's the thing now, is you've got to do Taskmaster, right?
Yeah. But they book that 2 years in advance, so you can't even fantasize about being on it next year.
Right.
You can fantasize being on it in 4
But you
years'
don't
time.
dream about 4 years'
I
time.
do.
You've
got to have a long plan.
Oh, right.
It's not going to, it won't be 4 years, it won't still be on TV.
No, it won't.
No.
Well, it might be, but.
And I'm going to ask you a question that I feel like you might not answer, but let's ask you anyway. How do you, when... No, because I'm genuinely interested in this, right? You've been creating material for such a long time. How do you keep coming up with stuff? Because it's hard. How do you write? What is your process? Because the way you do it is so different to how anyone else does it.
Not really.
Do you have a set routine where you sit down this time of day in my
used
office
to.
or whatever?
I mean, because I was I was a doctor. I mean, I was only a doctor for a couple of years, and what's her face?
As you said on Harriet's podcast, People say shouldn't really go on about
milking it. Who is it? Who's the who does the Undertaker one?
Kathy Burke.
Kathy Burke. Yeah. She said to me, "Oh, shut up, milk! You're milking it. You only done it for 2 years. So I worked in a bar for 2 years. I don't promise to go around saying I used to be a barmaid."
I was a fantastic waiter at Pizza Hut for 5 years.
But you do talk about that.
I do talk about that a lot.
But what I'm getting to is that I had a very strong work ethic. So when I gave it up, I thought, Christ, I've got to work as hard. So what I used to do is I used to get up and, I'd be sitting at my little desk at 9 o'clock trying to write jokes.
Yeah.
And, but more recently, I thought, actually I started looking through and thinking, most of those aren't really very good jokes. And maybe you just sort of take your foot off the gas and find out a different way of doing it. So I don't know. What I found recently is I go back over those books actually, and there's some ideas there. I think that there's something funny about them, but now with my experience, I'm able to perhaps work out what it was I didn't quite get.
Yeah. For sure.
But I don't know. where'd you get funny ideas from? I don't know.
But as in, I'm more just mean, what is your process? Like, do you? For example, I'll go on any days I haven't got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to the coffee shop without my phone for 2 hours.
I wouldn't do that. No. I can't be distracted by coffee, people walking around. No, dog walk or something like that. I might think of some funny ideas. I mean, when I was writing TV Burp, if I was stuck, I'd plan it the night before. Friday night, I'd plan it, and then Saturday, and it'd be like something that I couldn't work out. And often it was, I don't know, some way of I don't know. And then Saturday morning, what I'd do is I'd walk around, I'd go for a walk with the dog, and I'd listen to sounds of the 60s.
Right.
And that would solve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the answer is sounds of the 60s.
Yeah, okay.
What sounds of the 60s?
Did you know there was a time block called the 1960s?
I've heard about that.
People having heart attacks in the street. Things that happened in the 60s they recorded. The sounds of rag and bone men and people going around sharpening knives. Yeah, milkmen. The old skills.
All going to get measured for suits.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Like, for instance, you probably don't remember this, but there was a bit on TV Burt where there was I'd bring a jelly out and wobble it.
Yeah.
And the tune was Wipeout.
Yeah.
And that was sounds of the 60s. I heard that. And there was something about some clip. It must have been related to some clip about a jelly. I thought, a Wipeout. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah. You got that, Case?
What's up?
Sounds of the 60s. You wasn't alive.
TV Burps as well, I believe so.
Sorry?
I don't think I was alive for TV Burps.
How
You
old
wasn't
are
even alive for
Case?
TV Burp.
I'm turning 26 soon.
Yeah, you look older. It's 26-year-olds that have got like a fetish about me because I'm like their childhood. What were you watching on TV?
I was watching you on Nickelodeon though.
Nickelodeon. Oh, Shark Infested Custard. Yeah.
Yes, Case. I
Didn't even know.
No.
Yeah, it was a kids' show I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that. It means a lot.
Harry, have you brought a problem in for us to solve for you today?
No.
Okay. Well, we've got one for you. Oh, quickly.
I haven't got any problems.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
My only problem really was with
me.
With the start of the podcast.
Right, yeah.
The first 10 minutes of last week's podcast.
Yeah.
Which I think we've sort of...
You should have listened to the second.
You get your dad on.
10.
Someone said you got your dad on.
Yeah, he was on. He loves it. He was very happy to be involved.
We didn't show the camera the Swiss Army stick.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And it's got HarryHill's Swiss Army stick. So have you had a stamp made? Yeah.
Well, but you heat it up and burn it into the wood.
And are you selling these as merch?
No. They take ages to make.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because you have to do you have to select the wood. You then have to fashion it. You can see the little marks, the chisel marks, and then I will sand that because I don't want you to get a splinter.
No. Otherwise, there'll be another 10 minutes about you next week.
Yeah. And then undercoat that. The end.
Yeah.
And then maybe 4 coats of
4 coats
red enamel paint. Then we apply the Swiss flag, and then we still haven't put the emblem on.
So how long do you think it takes you to make one?
Hours? 8.
The whole weekend that you went away for.
I do them in batches.
So we've got a problem that's been sent in by a listener that they want you to solve.
No, I never get anyone communicating with my podcast.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Is it made up or is it true?
No, it is that this is a real person.
Okay. Hey, Joey.
He says, "Hey, Joey."
How come they address it to you and not?
I don't know, because they follow me on Instagram and not him.
I don't talk to them.
Hey, Joey. Hope the tour is going well. I'm on tour. Oh, can I just say, I am on tour at the moment.
Where are you playing?
Coming up, I've got Norwich, Margate, Bristol, Manchester,
Arts
York,
Centre, Norwich Arts Centre.
Norwich Theatre, but the small room.
It'll be the studio.
It's a studio, yeah. But
Where in Margate?
it's called Justine's. It's owned by Cole Barat from the Libertines' wife.
Oh,
It'll be the studio.
what a pedigree!
Yeah, that's what I know about it essentially.
Yeah.
So come, please. This is
You do the whole
financially important
show?
to me. I have a support act most of the time, and most of the time.
Do you want to do sport?
What, for Joey?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to whip his crowd up to the required level.
Anyway, he says,
Joey offered to be my support. This is how the tickets came. The promise of tickets was a fob off because he said if you're looking for a support act.
yeah, but it worked.
Shameless.
It did work.
Shameless misuse of our friendship.
No, not at all. You got to ask these.
No, I admire you for that.
Yeah, that's how I got to do Rob Beckett's.
Did you?
Yeah. But we don't talk anymore, so no. So he says, this is from. Oh no, he says he wants to remain anonymous. This is from B. B says, how much money do I need to invest to be able to retire from life in the corporate world? I'm 54 years old and can't keep up this pace until I'm 67.
Yeah. Well, this is a thing that I'm 60. You see, so this is a thing that I'm sort of kind of thinking about, but also all my friends, who aren't in showbiz.
Yeah.
So what are you investing in?
Well, my generation, we just bought a house because we needed a house to live in.
Yeah.
And then your house went up in value. So, I mean, which isn't an option now, as I understand it. I always say, and every time we moved, right, I didn't want to move. So my wife said, I won't do her voice. We want to move. I want to move. And I would kick up such a fuss. But I reckon by moving, I made more money by moving than working.
Right. So you're just going to smaller and smaller houses.
Bigger and bigger houses.
Bigger and bigger.
That's where you're going wrong.
I couldn't move into a smaller place if I tried, to be honest.
No,
I'd be in this cupboard.
We'd get a house, we'd get a mortgage, and then we'd pay off some of the mortgage, and then we'd get a bigger mortgage and go to a nicer house or a bigger house or a better area, and that would go up, and it's just the way it worked.
So get a bigger, better house in a nicer area.
Or the lottery is.
But if you're in the corporate world, it sounds like you've got a bit of coin going on anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's probably got a lifestyle he wants to maintain.
That's the problem, the lifestyle. You can't get bogged down with credit cards and subscriptions and Patreon. And no, you can if you want to do the Patreon, that'd be nice. But
please join our Patreon. Do you have one for yours?
No.
Doesn't need it, does he?
Well, I don't know if I do need it. What is it? What do you get if you
have to do extra content that they see behind the paywall?
Yeah.
But then they pay like per month. You know what I mean? So they might give you a $5 a month or whatever you say it at.
They would.
The people that pay.
Well, I mean, I just have someone that does it. I mean, if I would have thought if it was a good option, they would have said to me.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
We didn't want, but these guys said we had
Patreon. Yeah. Do you know anyone who does Patreon? I've never.
Do you know Finn Taylor?
No.
Well, he's making absolute fortunes.
Some people smash.
Some people get like
tens of thousands a month
of Patreons, and then everyone's paying a $5.
Patreon. Yeah. I'm going to get onto that this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. So we've solved your investment problem, but not really.
Yeah.
Not really B's.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice for him on that, Bilal?
Postcode lottery.
Postcode lottery.
Or that advert where they're like, you can win this house. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That.
What about texting?
That's a drag, though.
What do you mean?
Don't you think that's a drag? You say you can win this house. It's like a big house in Cornwall or something. It's got a big swimming pool and a log flume and all this. And you're thinking, oh, yeah. And then you win it. What do?
You've got to move to Cornwall.
Well, you've got to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, people are going to be sort of,
smashing it up.
Yeah.
Using the log flume.
Using the log flume.
While you're not there.
Yeah.
Putting on the underfloor heating.
Yeah. And it becomes a burden. So actually what you've got to do is then
sell it. Yeah.
And if you sell it, do you have to pay the tax on that? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a burden, really. And what it is, it's interesting because people think, oh, yeah, I could win a house. But why don't they just say, oh, you could win £1 million and then you can buy the house where you want it?
It doesn't have to be in Cornwall. Yeah.
Okay, don't do that then.
Scratch cards.
Scratch cards.
She wins quite a lot of money on the scratches.
Does she?
On the scratchies, yeah. Cardboard hope, she calls them.
See, now I'm a very optimistic person. So if I ever win any money on like the lottery or whatever, so like I won like £200 on the lottery.
Wow, that's pretty good.
But I put it all back on tickets and then I lost it all.
That's how they get you.
I thought, well, it was never mine anyway, so let's just keep going.
Yeah.
But it didn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like I always get fascinated by those people who go, I swapped a paperclip for something and then they've got a house. Do you know those people? They're like YouTubers. They go, oh, so I would be like, Bilal, I'll swap you this Swiss Army stick for something of slightly better value. So maybe I would swap it for that pastry and then I would go to somebody else and be like, I'll swap this for
Do you know about this?
a cup of coffee. And then
it's like a fairy tale.
They've got a house.
It's one of Grimm's fairy tales.
I don't know, but I've seen it on the internet.
Okay.
On TikTok.
That's how you get a house now.
Yeah.
Have you got any problems you want solving, Bilal?
I'm all right, man.
You're all right.
I'm okay.
And you know the whole conceit of the podcast is
I'm doing all right. I've had a nice couple of weeks.
Nice
gigs.
Yeah. How often do you gig?
It's slowed down lately, but kind of once a week.
Once a week? That's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough right now, no.
I'm doing every hour that
He's
God
doing
sends.
it too much, yeah.
You have to, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's great, though. Driving around in the Ford Focus. I love it.
Oh, yeah. It's a new one. I think that's a nice looking car now.
No.
So about your tour.
We are going to talk about the tour.
Yeah.
But first, I want to do... first of all, so obviously I
heard you mentioning my tour on your podcast. Old bits. You said old bits
and
new bits.
That's what it's called.
No. Greatest hits. Greatest hits. New bits. It's new bits and greatest hits, not old bits.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Is that not what it's called? New bits and greatest hits. I didn't have it in front of me at the time. But...
sold out.
Yeah, we don't need to mention it. He hasn't come on here to try and sell the show.
Haven't you?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Well, no, I've come on here as a favour.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to promote anything?
Well, the tour. We can talk about a tour.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
Promote these?
They're not for sale. You can't get them. This is the Swiss Army sticks. You can't get them.
You can't get them. These are limited edition.
These are limited edition.
See, I'll swap this straight for a house.
Yeah.
Some mad HarryHill
They're all
fan.
sold out. Wait.
No, they're not all.
No, there's one that isn't.
That's a 2:30.
Oh, why is that?
Is that real? Where's that?
You're doing a matinee.
London, the Wiltons.
Did you know you're
It
doing...
is sold out. A lot of them haven't been updated, unfortunately.
2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently this is the thing. Since COVID,
Yeah.
these matinees is the thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it used to be like old people, didn't it, that would go to matinees. But now it's particularly Saturdays. Apparently, people don't want to go out in the evenings. I don't know.
Oh,
This is what they said at Wilton's musical. Have you ever been there?
I haven't
It's
actually.
a brilliant place.
is it?
Yeah.
Whereabouts is that?
Tower Hill. It's virtually impossible to find.
Right.
But it's the last surviving music hall in London, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a brilliant building. Yeah. So that's a good place to see me. And it's only like 300, 350 seats, so it's quite
that's
small.
Amazing.
I might see you in Hastings if I can. That's where my mother-in-law lives.
Yeah, let me know. I'll stick you on the door.
Or Crew.
Thank
You
you.
want to go to Crew?
No.
No. Okay.
No offence.
Hastings isn't sold out. I think there's a few there.
It's a nice place, Hastings.
White Rock. All those red seats. Yeah, I saw Tim Vine there on his last tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Bury St
we
Edmunds,
might
you
come
can't
to
go
that.
there. Sold out.
Sold out.
York. Last
Aberdeen,
few.
Dundee, Glasgow.
Doing a lot
Lots
of
of
dates.
places. You're not worried you're going to get tired?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it might kill me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Michael
Maybe the last
Jackson.
tour I ever do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
yeah.
Might be the last tour he ever does.
Well, I thought I'd go for it this time.
and which is disappointing because some of it is old stuff. So,
so
them going out on
on a low. So yeah, I thought, well, with COVID, I used to tour like every year, and then I had the kids, and it's like really hard. It was really difficult, unpopular, at home, and difficult, and I felt sort of guilty about it. And then when the kids got older, I did this tour. The last tour I did, the kids are older, and actually, I really enjoyed the travel to a degree. On the whole, I tend to enjoy the shows.
Yeah.
There's bound to be the occasional sort of odd one, but so I thought, I remember this. This is what I used. That's how I started, and that's what I thought. Actually, this is probably what you're good at.
Yeah.
You get
but
a bit of success, and you go off and you do a bit of TV. I've done all sorts of stuff, but actually, probably like the core business
is
at the end of the day is the stand-up.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's great fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're on, you got your own boss. You don't have to, no one's saying, oh, you can't do that, Joe. Or, no, don't do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Why are you wearing that badge? All that. So, there's a great freedom about it. And I thought, well, because
You're 60. Yeah. Did you have a big do?
I had a bit of
Yeah.
fun, yeah. I don't really like parties.
Right.
But my friend Sean Locke died when he was 59, and after he died, I thought, oh God, yeah. Well, actually, you never know what's around the corner. To be serious, and you don't know how long you're going to be able to do it. And my act is quite physical. I'm running around all over the place.
Yeah.
I have to get laughs.
And would you say that you're like quite a physically fit person? Like, do you run or
I
do you
don't do
have
any
a
of that.
routine? You don't do any of that?
No, I don't have any fitness. No, I never done it. I hated sport at school, and I've always thought, I subscribed for a while. I subscribed to the idea that your heart is programmed to beat a number of times.
Right.
So the best thing to do is not to exercise.
do anything. Right. Or like everyone only gets a certain number of words.
What?
Yeah. So be careful what you say.
All right.
I've only got a few left.
Excuse
so
me.
we're going to end today's show with
What do you
it's
think?
over.
Do you like it? This podcast? Do you think it works?
Jury's out. What does Kays say? Yeah. Who's your favourite podcaster that you have in here?
out of us two.
No. When
Yeah,
you do
pick a favourite.
No, let him answer. Let the boy answer.
I love everybody.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, he's too nice, Kate.
But if you had to choose one, yeah.
I think he's a bit scared of me, Harry.
Yeah.
Actually. But so basically, every week on the show, I try and create a feature bespoke to the guest that we're having on, and quite famously, it's hard to find out the guy behind the collar and the cuffs and stuff.
very
And we're going to get to that now. First of all, before we even get to that, Bilal is not as big a fan as I am.
No, so I gathered from the last 10 minutes. What does he do? He said. What does he do now?
He said. I watched him on Letterman, and he did okay.
You should have seen the warm-ups, Bilal. It was tough.
I like when he said that you could be seen at the Canterbury Marlow Theatre in your intro. That was nice.
Yeah.
Which you're going back to on this tour.
Yeah.
Full circle.
That was the thing with it. They said, what does he want to plug?
Yeah.
And I did it a few times. And I would always choose some kind of, be the Ruislip Golf Club. Or whatever it was, and yeah.
And that was going to be my problem, but we've kind of run out of time for that. Is what advice do you have if I wanted to try and do some stand-up in America?
Oh, you're talking to the wrong person.
I know, but that's why I want to ask you, because you was on Letterman.
Yeah. But the truth is, I would go out there and I'd go around the clubs, and there aren't many clubs in New York. There's like 4 or 5. So I'd do, Caroline's and whatever it is, Comedy Cellar and all these.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have a really tough time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they
didn't understand why you were doing the jokes backwards.
They didn't know. It's just like the look of me.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing. because like their comics were all in sort of jeans and t-shirts, no offense, and they would and they'd come on and hey, how you doing, all this kind of slope up into the act, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I would come on, chicken, liver, carrots, onions, everyone's talking about casseroles, and they're like, what's he talking about? Who is he? What's he wearing? It's like you could hear them saying, why is he from South Africa? I don't understand. And it was really hard to find the 5 minutes. But then when I did the Letterman, he really liked it. Letterman,
Yeah.
I could hear him laughing, behind me, which is like a real
a boost.
Kept me going, and it was great fun. Yeah, it was really great fun. And and then I used to do that bit. You like the lining, Then he started doing it.
No, well, is that nice, or is that like?
Well, I thought it was funny. It was funny. Yeah. So they've got like a video of him going, you like the lining, you like the lining. Get that guy back. It's like.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
That's really nice.
One quick thing before this final feature, and then we're going to let you get on with your. Are you going away again for the weekend, or what's the?
Well, I've got the tour starting next week, so I've got to sort of
We're going to do some work.
Tighten a few bits up.
Do you remember the first time that you came up with the idea of doing the punchline before the setup?
I didn't do that. I never did that.
That is kind of what you do.
No.
Yeah.
Who have you confused them with?
No, I haven't.
I didn't do the punchline before the setup.
That's how I would explain a lot of your.
No.
Because you go, what's he talking about? And then later you'll do the setup that explains what you're talking about.
No, I would do. It's a back reference. So, like the one of them would be like the classic one was, in my head anyway, was I'd say, here's a little idea for you. What you do is when you get a drink and you put a pound coin into the drink, and you give it to someone. And when they finish the drink, it's a nice little present for them at the end of the drink, right? So that isn't a big laugh. It's like, like, And then like 20 minutes later, I'd say, my girlfriend died. Yeah, she choked on a pound coin.
Yeah.
And it's just a callback.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but
that's not the punchline before the setup.
I'm explaining it badly, but like you wouldn't necessarily know what you're talking about.
Well, you
in
would.
some of the bits until later.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Well, I'd say they weren't like proper jokes. A lot of them. So I would say like, I went and bought some. Bought some daffodil. I walked past a place today. That was selling 2 bunches of daffodils for £1. Right. I'd say not funny, but really good value. Right. So they didn't get much of a laugh, but it's like
Yeah.
And then later on, I'd go 2 bunches for £1 though. Where's the profit margin there?
Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't even a. Yeah, but I don't do that so much now because it's so difficult to do.
But it's great. Like that is like amazing. Like I just
Or I do bits of songs. I used to do bits of songs, didn't I?
Yeah.
Or I did. I remember once I was at the Comedy Store for the early show, and then I went out between the shows and I saw a film. And at the time, there was those adverts for Bacardi. You remember that? And next door was Budgie, Auntie Beryl. It was like shots of a tropical island.
Yeah.
There's this voiceover. Is the bloke off Minder. Auntie Beryl would be some sort of exotic lady. Next door's Budgie, and it'd be a parrot. If you're drinking Bacardi, was the punchline.
Right.
So then in the late show, I went back and I started doing my act, and then I would say, next door's Budgie, and I'd just carry on and do the gags. And then I go, Auntie Beryl, catching the last cab home, or whatever it was. And then at the very end, if you're drinking Bacardi. And it's sort of, I don't know, it's like a weird thing.
Yeah.
But there's fewer and fewer of those. Yeah, but
I
think there's fewer and fewer of those kind of common things. I think this is the difficult bit for stand-ups is there used to be a load of things that everyone all did.
Totally, but no one, exactly. There's no shops, not everyone's watching the same programme. Yeah. It's hard, yeah.
It's like you talk about EastEnders, EastEnders is celebrating its 40th, but no one really.
But no one's watching it.
Yeah, it's different, yeah.
Right, final thing before we let you get out of our hair. Who's the real HarryHill? That's what this feature's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who's the real HarryHill?
Who's the real HarryHill? Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. So it's just some questions about like the minutiae of your life that might give us a window into who you really are. What brand of toothpaste do you use?
That's a good question.
Well, I don't have any particular brand. I mean, it's just whatever's on
me
the sink.
neither.
Okay.
All right, good.
Whatever's on the sink. Whatever's on offer.
Do you have a temper?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where's the best place you've ever been on holiday?
Maldives was nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I was at the in this fancy hotel and at the breakfast bar, queuing behind me, Peter Jones from Dragon's
From
Den.
Dragon's Den.
very tall, isn't he?
Very tall.
Did you recognise each other, or was it just a very much like?
Well, I thought, oh, crying, it's Peter Jones. I said, right. I was thinking, I don't want to say hello because I'm here for a week. I don't want to have
stuck with
to.
him all week.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Peter. Yeah. No, yeah. Come and join us. But actually, he's very sweet. He goes, oh, this is awkward, isn't it? Yeah. It's the thing. It's
That's
that
the right way to
celebrity,
do it,
weird
yeah.
celebrity thing. If you've had any kind of attention, if you're a little bit, whatever, famous, then there's this sort of weird thing where you feel obliged to talk to other
People, yeah.
Interesting. Someone came on Dragon's Den to their product was chocolate with crisps and chocolate. Yeah, and he loved it, and then he didn't invest.
No.
You should have asked him about that.
Yeah. Well, I will if I ever see him again.
Yeah, please.
On WhatsApp, do you have your blue ticks turned on or off?
What's that?
Like where people can see you've read their message.
Oh, I think I do have it on, but only because I don't know how to turn it off.
All right, okay.
Bilal
I don't
can show
use
you because
WhatsApp.
he turned it off for a bit, and I'm like, who are those sorts of people that do that?
Right.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Well, I went to see David Byrne's American Utopia.
Oh wow, yeah, I heard that was
Hammersmith.
amazing.
Saw at Hammersmith as well.
Yeah.
Hammersmith Apollo, which was just brilliant. You know what? That actually, I came out of that and I thought, yeah, you've got to raise your game. Because there's the guy, how old is he? He's like late 60s probably. And he could have just turned up and played the hits, played a few tracks of the album. We all would have gone away happy. But I tell you, that was just brilliant. I mean,
wow.
he was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a good cook? I'm just getting. This is like the little quick fire thing at the end.
Turn. Michael Parkinson over here. No.
Okay.
No.
If you get a takeaway, what is your
Chinese.
Your Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know
Cum poking prawns.
You ever heard of the? It used to be a comedy writer and actor called John Junkin. When I was a kid, he was like, he's in Hard Day's Night,
Right.
and I always remember this. That he was asked if he had any regrets in life. He said, "My one regret is not living above a really good Chinese takeaway." Case like that one. First time he's laughed.
Yeah. That's what it's like. But if you get him, you get him. That's the thing. And finally, Harry.
And finally,
Do you have a favourite tipple, alcohol-wise? Do you drink?
yeah, I love to drink. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm drunk now.
Oh, cool.
If I could be drunk all the time, I would be.
What's your weapon of choice? In the pub.
In a pub, I like draft beer. Probably something. I can't drink like I used to.
No.
Me and my
No one
friend,
can.
my old school friend Rob, we, when we started drinking, it used to be £1 a pint. But I remember when it went £1, and but we used to drink, 7 pints.
Yeah.
And now it's £7 a pint. We only drink 1 pint. So it's the same cost.
Yeah,
Costs
yeah.
us the same to get drunk. Gin and tonic at home.
Was that the final?
Wine.
At the cinema.
Oh.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, nice.
He's a good guy.
He's one of the good guys.
He's one of the good guys.
You taking that blue
See?
cat on tour?
Stuffer? Don't call it that blue
That
cat.
cat.
He doesn't know.
Well, it's one of my earliest childhood memories.
Stoof, if
Yeah.
I'd known, I would have bought one in because that's my merch. I'm selling.
Oh, you're
those.
selling the Stoofers? Nice.
Yeah, I was interested to hear you doing t-shirts. I never sold any. No one ever bought t-shirts.
Oh.
Well, I got this.
Stoofer.
I'm very happy with this.
Yeah.
Stuffer. Nick Holmes got one in his flat.
A Stoofer cat. Yeah, I must have given him that, right? Yeah.
See, he got a cat. You got stick.
I haven't got any.
I'm
I've
very
only got one. I've only got one at home.
No, the trick to the t-shirts is get an artist who does really good artwork to do them,
Yeah, we did that, done that.
and people do buy them. Like,
Your age group, maybe.
maybe. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
It's been an honour.
No,
Has it been
not
all
at
right
all.
for you?
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
of course.
Has it been all right for you?
It's been all right for you?
Yeah.
We always ask. We always like to.
It's been difficult for me.
Yeah. You couldn't get up for this one.
I found it tough.
I've got my own podcast, which should maybe
Yeah,
mention.
we are
that.
going to talk
Yes,
about that.
please.
Are we there
Are
yet?
we there yet?
The
The
I have to
podcast.
go.
Really good
The world's only family-friendly podscarf.
podcast.
Available.
Matt Lucas, I listened to that one in the car the other night. It's making me laugh a lot.
Was
It's
it?
good? Yeah.
I didn't. I thought it was a bit quiet, that one.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah. All right.
But I was also
quiet,
again,
like
I
the
was
sound
quite
was.
fascinated to hear about his life because you don't.
Yeah,
He's another
well,
one
he's
who-
quite a serious chap. He's quite a serious little chap,
Yeah.
Matt Lucas. But he has had a really interesting,
Yeah.
I mean, quite a difficult life.
Oh, listen
Yeah.
to that.
You know, so his childhood was, you know, he's bald, he's overweight, he's gay, his dad's in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
So, you know,
Like you, Bilal.
Yeah, same.
if you're a bully and you're looking for someone
Yeah.
to bully,
Someone to bully.
Oh.
so he had
I have to go.
You go.
tough time.
I have a job. I have a new part-time job.
What's the job?
Because comedy's not paying me money anymore. I'm a SEN tutor. So there's a student
Nurse.
with autism. I go over and teach him for 2 hours.
Great.
But it's so
What are you
difficult.
teaching him?
Well, it's supposed to be like maths
art
and
of
English.
I hope it's not timekeeping because you're going to be late.
I'm going to be late.
Yeah.
Harry Hill,
That suits
everybody.
me.
Thank you so much.
Really nice to see you, fellas.
We never clap. What a great episode. What a treat to have Harry Hill.
Legend.
A genuine, like, big hero of mine in comedy. Thank you so much. If you're new, please do hit subscribe on the YouTube. And if you're new and you've got money, why not subscribe to the Patreon where you can get the pre-show from today's episode and we'll tell you what we really think about Harry Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you want any of your problems solved or any other things you'd like to say to us, you can email us at gotaproblemmate@gmail.com.
And if you're listening on, what is it called?
Spotify.
You can give us a 5-star review or a 4, but we'd rather have a
No,
5.
don't say that.
5-star
5.
review. And on iTunes, leave us a review.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. Hopefully see you again.
And that's a gap.
That's a go.